Alright everyone, today I decided to do a video of the differences between the made in Japan Yngwie Malmsteen Strats. We'll just start off with the official models, and let's see, we'll start off with, I guess we'll start off with this one. This one's pretty unique. This one is an ST57 140YM. This one was made in 1995. I can tell that because the Fender Custom Edition logo was used in 1995 only on the YJM Strats for MIJ. That doesn't mean they were custom shop or anything like that. It was just something that they were doing probably because it was relatively new. They started these in 1994. This particular model, the ST57 140YM, was made from 1994 to 1998. You can see it has the small headstock, it has the Kluson style tuners, one string tree, has the old style logos which are on the top, or should be on the top. I don't know, maybe these ones are integrated into the lacquer, it's hard to tell. Yeah, these ones are under the lacquer for sure. Brass nut, obviously. Scallops on these are pretty good. They're relatively deep and very consistent. They do have a little tiny bit of a ledge there, unlike the American ones. You know, you're never going to touch that, obviously. It's got the super jumbo frets, so that's obviously really nice. This one actually has some pretty nice wood grain. Not sure if you'll be able to see that, but guess we'll see. As with most of the made in Japan guitars, the serial number is right down here on the bottom of the neck. Some of the older ones, they did have it on the front of the headstock. I haven't seen any of the Malmsteen models like that. This one is the only official YJM that had a single ply pickguard from the factory. It still has the Fender style original bridge with bent tuners and the big steel bridge block, which of course you can't see. These ones came with the HS3s in the bridge and in the neck, and they just called it ST Japan or ST Current pickup in the middle. So it's a single coil. So if you get in the middle position, you'll get some hum, but anywhere else it's totally fine. The Japan guitars didn't get the three-way switch up until I think 2012 when they came out with the ST YJM. Now they only have one model instead of a few different options. So if you run across these, they'll all have the import type 5-way switch, which has the smaller knob, and it also has a smaller shaft that comes out right here. They also do not have the, what do they call that? The low, I forget what it's called, but all the American Fenders have the bypass at 10 on the tone. No load, there you go, no load tone pot. So these don't have that. They still sound really good though, very well made guitars. This particular color is pearl yellow white, which was only available from 1994 to 1995, so you won't really see it that often. And it's kind of a chameleon color in that depending on how the light hits it, it'll look yellow or it'll look kind of gold. Either way, it's a pretty cool color. So now we'll look at this one is also a 1995 from the MIJ series. This one is the ST57 140YM as well, but in the traditional yellow white. As you can see, it's got some checking there. These are all poly finished on the neck and on the body. The woods on these are better than a lot of the American woods on the necks. So that's kind of crazy to think about, but is definitely true because they have more grain, or tighter grain rather. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in there, but it's got some very nice grain patterns. This one, of course, single ply pickguard. The one thing that's really cool about the Japanese models is they actually gave a deep enough route to where you can flush mount the middle pickup, which is kind of cool because of any of the American models, I have all of them, they do not allow you to do that. It's going to be a little bit above the pickguard, so I know I don't really use that pickup, so I like it all the way flush if possible. 5-way switch, just like the other one. All of the signature models have a 4-bolt neck. Now we'll move on to the ST62 140YM. These were also available only from 1994 to 98. The only color that they were available in was, you guessed it, vintage white. These ones came with a mint green pickguard, which was the only Japanese model that came with a mint green pickguard. I think they just wanted it to look older, so to speak. HS3s and the ST Current in the middle, same controls, you know, and depending on year and who knows what, sometimes you'll see the big pots in here. They're all Japanese, but sometimes you'll see the big ones, sometimes you'll see the little ones. I don't know what determined that or why. This one still has very nice scallops, as you can see. These only came in the configuration you see here, so yellow white with the mint green pickguard, rosewood board. This one, since it is like a 62, you can see doesn't have any sort of plug or access to the truss rod here. Since it's a 95, it still has the Japan custom logo there. Yeah, I guess maybe the Japan logos are all buried down in the lacquer, or poly rather. Still obviously brass nut, single string tree. But this one, not so easy to find. I was lucky to find this one. It took me like 3 years to find it. I don't know why some of these, you know, weren't made more, or people just hoard them. I don't know. Who knows? Guess we'll see over time. Next one we'll talk about. This one is the ST72 140YM. These were also made from 94 to 98. And you guessed it, this is the only color